Well, hey family, this is Darlene with Jewelry by BDK. Happy Saturday. I am sitting here working on some necklaces and I came up with another pretty pendant, and I'm going to make another necklace. And I was wanting it to come out something like this, the pendant to come out something like this, what I made for the pearl necklace. But this one came out a little different, and I'm thinking it came out a little bit different because these are smaller beads and these are the bigger pearls. I want to say 12 millimeter or so. So these are the pretty big beads, and I really like the way this came out for this necklace, this pearl necklace. So I was trying something with the different color beads, and these are 8 millimeter beads, so it did come out a little bit different, and that's okay. And I did make an attempt to put something in the middle of it. A couple of different beads I tried. I didn't like the way that they look. It kind of took away from the look of the pendant. So I'm going to use this to create a necklace, and I'm going to go ahead and get it beaded or strung on, of course, my 18 gauge wire. You guys know that's what I like to use, 18 gauge wire. And I just looked at my hands and my nails. My nails look so dirty. I was in there using some black dye to dye a t-shirt, and it looks like it got all up under my nail. So just excuse my nail. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I'll go ahead and lay it down here. And what I decided to do was go ahead and use different color uh, coconut chips. So I'm going to start it off using the different colored coconut chips. I'm going to use some dark brown. And then I thought I had some green ones, but I guess not. I see one green one right here. And guaranteed all the other ones is in that bucket over there. So let's do this. For right now, we're just going to use the dark brown coconut chips for right now, just to get us started. And I'm going to do different colors because I'm using different color beads, and I have to have the wire stretched only because once you bend it, it's hard to get the beads on it. So this is the look I'm going for right here. So let's see, with these different color coconut chips. Now I'm not sure how it's going to look. I'm going to make an attempt. And just like with anything else, if it doesn't come out looking like I want it to look like, I will take it apart and then I'll try to do something else with it. But I'm hoping it'll come out looking like what I want it to look like. So we're going to go ahead and put these other colored chips on here. I like coconut chips. I love the way they make a piece look. Just very exotic and kind of high fashion. So we got that so far. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to, trying to stay in the frame. I have some glass beads I'm going to put on here. So we'll start adding some more color. And we got that. I'm at least trying to have the part in here where you guys can see as the beads go down. So what I'm going to do now is these are some hand painted beads, 20 millimeter hand painted beads. So we'll do that. And it just kind of gives us a little look. Just straighten it out. I like how it looks so far. Right, so let's get it all finished. So after we put that, we're going to go ahead and use some more colored glass beads. Use these other little spacers. We'll put those on there, and hopefully you guys can see that. use another color bead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use these metal beads that I wrap with wire, just to give them a really look. So these beads right here, this was this. So you can see the difference from this plain bead to this bead that I wrapped in wire. So I'm going to put this bead on here only because it gives it a really nice, unique look. Let's see. It's acting like it don't want to go off. So let me, okay, there we go. And then we want to thread the other side. Okay. It's acting like it don't want to go in, and it should. Okay, there we go. And I was like, it should go in because I always test it before I wrap it in wire, just to make sure that it, you know, the hole is open and that the wire will go through the bead. So this is what we got so far. Just that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to keep on beating it. We're going to put another wood bead, another wood bead, and then I got some pretty glass beads. I'm going to go ahead and put these on there. Got that one. I was supposed to go out earlier and go get some supplies. And you know how you get in here in your little workspace and you start working and doing a little bit of something, and before you know it, the time has gone by, and you be like, you know what, I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, so we got that looking like that so far. And then I do want to put a couple of the just regular wood beads. So I'm going to do this. And I got these two beads. We're going to go ahead and put these. And then let me take a look at it. I like the way it looks. It's giving a really different look. There's like a lot going on with it, and I really like it. Up here, I need to put some more color. So what I'm probably going to do is take these beads off and then put some color right up in here. So I do have some more glass beads, and I will use, I got some green ones. I have, oh, you know what, I have yellow right here too, but they're not the same. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these off. Let's see. Oh, look, maybe I'll take these off. Let me try something. And I'm going to do a green one on this side, just to add a little bit more color up here. And then we'll put a yellow, because it looks like it's starting to just kind of look a little bland. So if I put color up here, it pops more up here. So even if I do that, and let's see, something with some more color, we can also try, oh, look, I have some green coconut chips over here. I don't like to put the coconut chips up further than I start down here. Sometime maybe up here, up a little bit further. The only reason is because the higher up you go, the closer it gets to the neck. And I don't want the beads, you know how these coconut chips are, I don't want these to be sticking people in the neck. So I very, very rarely, if ever, use coconut chips anywhere beyond like maybe this point. Up here is like a kind of like a no-no because it's up around the neck. So let's do this is a colorful bead, but this is a really colorful bead and it's a nice bead. But when I look at it, let me put it on here. To me, it doesn't match. So it really, it takes it off. I don't know if you guys can see that good in the camera, but to me, the colors, it's off. So I'm not going to use this bead. What I'm probably going to do is we will use, let's go with the wood beads again. So we'll put another one, would be there. And I do have another one over here, let's see. And let's use this one. Okay, and I like the way that looks. I'm liking the way that looks. So then what I can do is I can take some of the 9mm beads and string those up here to close this necklace off, because I love the way, let me fix this up though, looks like it's a little off. Okay, because I love the way, let's double check something, looks like something is off. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. Okay, all that's matching. So I like the way all the beads match. To me, everything matches and blends in really well with the pendant, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these beads, the smaller 9mm beads, and I'm going to finish the necklace off with these beads, if the holes are open. So many times when you buy these little beads, the holes are not open. So you got to kind of go through them and punch holes. And so we'll do 4. And I got a bunch of new ones right here in this box. So I haven't had time to go through them and poke the holes in them. So hopefully we got holes. So that's 2, 4, 5. And then we have 6. And we have 7. And then we have 8. So that should give us the length that we want. So that's that one. And we'll put 8 on this one. I think I got 8. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And 4, 5, 6. I don't know how 6, 7, and that is 8. Okay, so we got those. We have some new subscribers too. I know a couple of people were saying that they're new to jewelry making. And one lady said, I found your channel. And I am new to jewelry making. And she was saying how much she appreciates the jewelry making ideas and everything. And that's the whole point of the channel. If you are a beginner or if you are a jewelry maker and you're just trying to find some jewelry making ideas, just to inspire and motivate you to, to make it. So if you're using jewelry making for therapy, if you're making jewelry to eventually sell jewelry, whatever the motivation is, enjoy, just enjoy. And hopefully you find some really good ideas here on the channel. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do with this. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm using 18 gauge wire. I'm a bootleg jewelry maker, and I say that all the time here on this channel. I don't use all the measurement tapes and, all that kind of stuff to let you guys know how long the wire is and, how much wire for earrings and that type of stuff. And that's just not how I do. That's extra for me. And that's extra that I don't want to do. The whole idea of making the channel was not for it to be like a tutorial type situation or like an educational type channel. It was basically for when I started the channel, it was to inspire others to create. If you make jewelry, to create, because I do know that sometimes, we kind of lose the motivation. It's like, okay, well, I love doing this, I enjoy doing this, and then everything that comes in between, before and after. But then there are times where you just might hit this little block, this little creative block, and if you see something, it will literally trigger a thought, a creative thought, like boom, ooh, I know what I'm getting ready to do. And it's not something that's even like the next person's. It's just something, you'll get this creative idea, and before you know it, you're creating. And you might be away from, creating for a day or two, a week or two, a month or two, and you can see something, and it will literally inspire you and motivate you to start creating all over again. So hopefully you get that inspiration and motivation from this channel. That's the whole purpose and goal behind the channel. So, okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take the wire. And what I generally do, because I do use 18 gauge wire to make all my necklaces, I like the 18 gauge wire only because it's sturdy. It's really sturdy. It's not going to break. It's not going to fall apart, anything like that. And because I do make the jewelry and sell the jewelry, if I'm selling a piece to someone for any nice amount of money, the last thing I want is something falling apart. That's not it for me. And I have used every other thread possible, beading thread, like whatever there is to use to make necklaces, I have used that. But for me, it's about security in the piece. I want to make sure that I'm absolutely knowing, because I wear my own pieces, and have been wearing them for a long time. So for me, I absolutely want to know that the supplies that I'm using or materials that I'm using and the way that I make the piece is not going to fall apart. And that's my whole thing, because if somebody paying a nice amount of money for it, that's the last thing I want, is something falling apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of it, meaning the wire. I'm going to take one side of it and wrap it with my fingers, because I need this side to stay closed as I wrap the other side. So I think I might have got that part just right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the other side of the necklace and remove some of this. And I am going to put my fingers right here and grab the wire and wrap it. So it ends up being this right here. So I'm just going to wrap wire. So I'm going to hold this and wrap the wire. And wrap the wire, wrap the wire, wrap the wire. And for me, I like to go down one of the beads just for extra security. Down. I can even go down two if I want. And then I can come back up. And as I come back up, I'm wrapping the wire around, around, around. And you can see how secure that would be, right? So I got my little pliers right here. Lift that end up, and then I want to take that end and, and close it off by rounding it. Rounding it and rolling it into there. And then I want to push it down, and I don't want to feel anything at all. So when you put it on, you shouldn't feel anything stick in your neck. So now I'm going to go to the other side that I wrapped, and it's like a perfect size, so I'll leave it like that. And I'll just start wrapping the wire, go down around a bead, go down around another bead, and then I will come back up around the bead and then start wrapping up here. Somebody was asking me, they were saying it looks like the wire is a little tough to manipulate. No, not at all. That's why I use the 18 gauge, because the 18 gauge is the most flexible for me, and it's the most sturdy. Yeah, I mean, it works well for what I want. So then that's that. Okay, so let me look at it. Nice sturdy piece. And that's another thing too. When you make it, if it's a little tight, which it will be because you're rolling the ends nice and tight at the end, you can just take it if it feels like it's a little too tight and just give it a little push slightly, just slightly. And then what it'll do is it'll loosen up for you. So we got that. And then I have some jump rings. I got to go get some of those big lobster clasp that I use. So I need to go pick some of those up. I didn't want to go out today. I just didn't feel like it. All I wanted to do was create today. So I didn't want to go out. Didn't want to go to the store. Didn't want to go hit traffic. I didn't want to do any of that. So I'm here. And then when I leave out tomorrow, which is going to be a busy day, I'll stop off at the store and I'll pick up some those really large lobster clasp. And then what I'll do is all the necklace sets that I made today, I'll finish those up tomorrow. And as you know, I'm working on a lot of necklace sets for the upcoming events that I have. So let's do this. Let's see. And I already made a pair of earrings. Just to take away time from on the video. So I did that. And let me see. Let's see what we got. And I want to do it about right here. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This one is just off because I'm like, well, why is my stuff always being crooked on here? You know why? Because this is off. Okay, so this is what we got. Right? So this is what we came out with. So we got our little coconut chips. And for me, it's the color. I love all the color. Right? It just, everything matches in really well. The thing is, I have a lot of painted beads all around here. I even have some here. Let me see. All these right here I still have. And I need to do something with these. So I have a lot of these painted beads still around here. So I'm going to probably be using a lot of these. So this is the set. And then we got the little earrings. And what I did is just went ahead and went multicolor with the earrings. And these are the 8mm frosted glass beads with some coconut chips. And then, so it goes with these beads right here. I really like the way, like I said, I was trying to get that part like this part. But it didn't come out like that. And